Hi, my meteorologists. So remember, meteorologists are scientists who study the weather. And what they have to do is they have to measure weather. How do they measure weather? How do they know if it's hot or cold or windy or calm? So today what we're learning about is how do meteorologists measure the weather and what tools do they use to measure the weather? So let's get going. All right, so the first one is a thermometer. It measures temperature. In fact, you may have had a fever at one time and your mom or dad says, let me go get the thermometer, because they're checking your body's temperature. A thermometer checks the temperature outside, this kind. If you notice at the top of the thermometer, there is a C and an F. The C stands for Celsius, and most countries use Celsius to measure the temperature. However, the United States uses the F, and it's Fahrenheit, but it was developed by a German man named Gabriel Fahrenheit, so I say Fahrenheit. So we use Fahrenheit to measure the temperature. So if your teacher says, today is going to be a lovely day outside at recess, it's 72 degrees, it is 72 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's how we read temperature. And that red in there is mercury, and it's very sensitive to temperature, and it goes up to what the temperature is reading outside or inside. The next is rain gauge. It measures precipitation. Y'all remember my favorite word? Precipitation. In fact, my face-to-face students, they don't say it's raining, they say it's precipitating. And so as you can see, rain gauges, as the rain precipitation falls, it's collecting in this rain gauge and telling us how much rain we've got. Okay, so we've got to measure wind. There are three main types of measuring wind. We've got to measure wind speed and wind direction, but what are we going to use? In first grade, we're going to learn about three things. The first one is a mouthful, anemometer. Say that with me. Anemometer. That measures wind speed. A weathervane measures wind direction, and a windsock measures wind direction. You're probably like, Miss Mac, a windsock? No, I don't mean this. We don't take this outside, and meteorologists don't take this outside and watch the weather. You will soon learn what a windsock is. So first, let's go to anemometer. It measures wind speed, and I've got a video here for you to see how it measures wind speed. You may have seen one of or all of these. Okay, here is an anemometer, strange name, and it measures wind speed, not direction. So if it's very calm and not a lot of wind, it may move like this. But if it's a strong wind and it's really windy, it may move like this. So anemometer measures wind speed. Okay, here is an anemometer. Okay, the next one is a weather vane. Many of you have already seen this. In fact, we used to have one on top of Corinth Elementary. So this measures wind direction. And if you recall from social studies, and when we all went to find the gingerbread man, he gave us directions like north, south, east, or west. So the weather vane is telling us, is the wind blowing from the north? Is it blowing from the east? Is it blowing west? Or is it blowing south? So we use the weather vane to tell us which way is the wind blowing and the wind direction. Here's that windsock. No, we don't do this. Little nasty sock. We do a windsock to determine wind direction. This in the picture is a big windsock, and you can see it's the wind is going in, wind is moving air going into the windsock, and we can see where the wind is blowing, what direction. So you'll watch another video all about these tools again. On Seesaw, what you're going to do is click on the sun. It gives you a clue about the kind of tool that it wants you to circle. It may say, what is the tool that's used to measure rain or precipitation? And you will circle the picture that measures that type of weather. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.